Are you ready? I said, are you ready? You are listening to Voice of the Fans Sportscast, brought to you by none other than the voices of the fans. Discussing football, basketball, news, trending topics. The one-stop shop for all things sports. Voice of the Fans Sportscast. Hosted by none other than Ben Swift Reynolds, Taylor Gatwood, and Tyler Wright. Voice of the Fans Sportscast. Voice of the Fans Sportscast. Voice of the Fans Sportscast.
Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Voice of the Fans Sportscast. I'm your host, Ben Reynolds. We have Tyler Wright and RC in the house. We here. What's going on, guys?
What's up, guys?
It's good.
Nothing much, man. I'm off today, so I was just chilling, relaxing, running some errands. Yeah, dude, I'm off on Thursday, bro. I don't work 4 days a week.
Oh, you don't play.
Man, hey, I need my downtime. But I seen a couple of things on my Twitter feed and other sports pages talking about different topics, but the main topic that was like trending on mine was Cap trying out for the Raiders. They say he had a pretty good workout, so I don't know what that all entails, but Tyler, you think we gonna see him in the NFL again?
I think there's a good chance. He probably won't start right away, but I think there's a good chance.
Do you think he gonna start at all? You think he just coming in for a backup role, or you actually think he gonna actually get a starting job somewhere?
I think he potentially could get a starting job. I just think coming in, he's gonna come in as a backup if he makes a team.
I just wonder how long that lasts because that's not a lot of starting jobs in the NFL. And in my humble opinion,
is he a starter to you?
He's not a starter to me. In my humble opinion, I saw him the last couple of seasons, not be able to go through his progression. People figuring out his game. Shoot, he even got beat out by Blaine Gabbert in the training camp and everything like that. I didn't see progression. I saw digression. He was aggressing,
Yeah, I seen some people saying, do you think it kind of makes everything he stood for null and void if he plays again?
Of course, because he come out on this rant talking about the NFL's a slavery. Of course, I get where you're trying to go to, but man, these boys are getting paid millions of dollars, and they can step away if they want to.
Right.
Comparing to slavery is like it's way out there. It's far out there because you don't have a choice in slavery. You're not getting paid millions of dollars to help your future family. You don't have that money to trickle down generation to generation because you're giving them something. In slavery, you ain't getting nothing. You have nothing to your name. You a nobody. You just a number.
Right.
In NFL, you get all the accolades. You get praise from peers. You get put on magazine, TV shows, movie deals. You get all this. So I don't understand how that's slavery. If you getting all the praises and prizes for being good at what you do. Yeah, the combine is kind of like I get it. They got put on like, oh, I like that guy because he's big and fast. But we invested millions of dollars on you. You know what I'm saying? I want the best athlete. If I want somebody that that jump off the page. I just don't want to give it to somebody that's not won't be able to perform on the field. So I get the whole combine. Sometimes they go overboard with certain things, like especially when they be in interviews asking questions. But with the whole Cap situation and where he was staying at, I mean, why would you even want to go back? If you really thought of the NFL that way, and the commission and the owners is being some type of racist.
Yeah.
So I don't understand that. RC, you a 49ers fan. Let's hear it from you.
But I don't think it's weird, man, because he won a lawsuit, and I really don't understand, bro. I don't understand his motive behind doing this. He don't need this. Um, if he was gonna do this, he should have never left. You know what I'm saying? He didn't. He didn't. They didn't kick him out. He left. Like, so I don't really understand.
Yeah, cause didn't Denver offer him a job before
Yeah,
for
yeah.
not before all this, but they did offer him a job come compete for a starting position, and he shaded him on that, and he decided to hold a workout at some um college stadium instead of going to the whole setup the NFL had for him to train and everything. So it was just all kind of like, oh, you didn't do this for me, so I'm gonna do something else type of thing. It was
Yeah.
more. It was just the whole thing was just shady, man. His whole behavior of conducting
I
his
feel like he
business
was
on the
legit. I
NFL.
feel like he was getting some bad advice. Uh,
Mm.
I feel like he was getting some bad advice from somebody.
I don't know, man. Maybe that's true, but it still fall back on him and his decisions to go that route. So you gotta be real of your company, but the whole aspect of him trying to play now is kind of ridiculous. Because how? Okay, David Carr get injured, he does come in, and he would say he start winning, like he winning football games. Is he literally gonna take David Carr's job when David Carr comes back? Comes back? No, he gonna go back into the backup role. So I don't know what's the agenda here.
Yeah.
Um, is he better than David Mills? I mean, David Mills is a rookie, so maybe so. Um, is he better than Marcus Mariota right now? Maybe. They might be the same. So I know all these people gonna make this argument. Well, Cap is better than half of the backups in the NFL. Okay, but do Cap just want to be a backup for the rest of his NFL career? That's the question. Yeah, that might be true. He might be better than most of the
I
backups in the
don't
NFL, but I don't think that's his goal. Oh, go ahead, RC.
see. I think he wants to be a starter. I think he wants to be a starter. Uh, but most of the backups in the National Football Leagues are trash. So I don't. I mean, he can't do no worse than anybody else. I mean, he better than our backup. Hell, I don't even know where our backup is, but uh, right now it would be Jimmy Garoppolo. He better than Jimmy Garoppolo to me. So if you look at his accolades and what he's accomplished, he's done more than Derek Carr. He's just been out of the league for football. Been out of football for 5 years.
Yeah. So you say he better than Jimmy G right now?
Better than Jimmy G right now. Decision making. I think
Mm.
if you look at
I don't
Cap's
know,
career,
RC.
listen, I'm gonna have to pull over so I can make this point because, like, let me explain
You
something
gotta
to
make
you.
me understand this.
Let me explain something to you about Colin Kaepernick before all this crap went down. You remember you saw the 49ers go into Green Bay and win a playoff game in that cold, frigid weather. He did that. He beat Aaron Rodgers every time he saw him in the playoffs. He went to the Super Bowl once and should have won the Super Bowl. And he was on the goal line, and Michael Crabtree got pass interference with. They interfered with Michael Crabtree because they wanted Ray Lewis to win. He actually been to NFC Championship games. Like, he's done everything Jimmy Garoppolo's done. He's done things David Carr hasn't done. He just been out of football for 5 years. Like,
But to David
Kaepernick
Carr offense, he haven't had
Kaepernick
good
has the
teams.
credentials.
I mean that,
Okay,
but
he
let's
haven't
be
had good
honest,
teams.
RC. That y'all 49ers team was unbelievable. That defense was unbelievable.
Yeah, but defense. Let me explain something to you. Our defense, when you look at Cap in the NFC Championship game against Green Bay, Cap had 83 yards rushing and 270 yards passing. That's
Yeah,
come on, man.
yeah, I understand that, but on another level right now. But he didn't after that whole season. He didn't raise his game to the next level. Teams start figuring him out, and that's when you start seeing the drop off. Like they start taking things away that he could have done with his legs. They wouldn't let him do it anymore. They were making him flush him out
Well,
to
well, it was
to one side of the pocket. They're making him one dimensional. Say that again.
Like he lost Jim Harbaugh, the guy that
Yeah,
believed in
that's
him,
another thing too. Yeah,
the guy that believed in him.
I
So I
just,
mean, see, go ahead.
I didn't see him get better after that year. So that's why I'm kind of having a hard understanding that he's better than Jimmy G. Yeah, because we know Jimmy G have flaws, but so do Cap. He couldn't, go through his whole progression. He couldn't, you know, uh, do everything that he needed to do with his feet when they took that away from him.
I'm
So
gonna give you, I'm gonna give you this. Go YouTube it and do your homework and go watch his highlights and watch Jimmy G's highlights. And I guarantee you'll be blown away. Like he can make all those throws. The problem with Colin Kaepernick is he wanted to be a martyr. He changed, man. He wanted to do something different. He had bad advice from somebody. Like when he lost his job to Blaine Gabbert and Chip Kelly came in there and all that craziness after Jim Harbaugh and you had all those players retiring. Like who played well in Chip Kelly's offense? Like it's just I
yeah, I
think
understand what you're saying.
circumstances. Yeah, it's circumstances, man. I think Cap is just being out of football too long. I don't know, man. I just think, in my opinion, he's just too late. He's 5 years too late.
Okay,
But if he would have came back
I can jump on board
5 years
with
ago, yeah, it's just 5 years too late, in my opinion.
Yeah, I agree with that. Tyler, you got anything you put on that?
Yeah, it's just you can make the argument that he did all this. At the end, he took the money. In the
Yeah,
end, he took the money, and now he's trying to play again. But before that, he was just on this, like you said, comparing it to
crusade.
slavery. Yeah,
He was just on this. He was on a different beat. So
yeah.
now he trying to get back into this, man. Just
So,
you
yeah,
pick your path. That's all it is to it. And
yeah. It feels just
I
feel
think
like a
I agree with that, Tyler. Like he would have to answer that question. Why would you want to go to work, go back to work for somebody that you say discriminated against you and mistreated you and blackballed you? Why would you want to work for them?
right.
So yeah, it don't make sense. It's like
yeah,
you want a lawsuit against these people that you want to work for. Like if we sued Centos, we would never be able to wear a blue shirt again.
I won't want to. You know
Me
what I'm
neither.
saying?
Right.
It'd be
I
that. It'd be that.
You look at these athletes like Ali never folded. Uh, my guy from Gulfport, Mahmoud.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
Yeah, he never
they
folded.
they never they never folded. So now he's coming back. He just looks away to me.
Yeah, but it's like I'm saying, far as talent, he
Yeah,
could do it. But far as motive, I don't understand what's the motivation behind it. What are you trying to prove? If you'd have did this 5 years ago, you would be in the league. I don't
right.
understand. Like, what did you know? What's in your bank account or what's going on? Because it's like a sense of urgency to do it now. Like, ain't but one Ali, like you said, ain't but one Mahmoud. So they were down, they were dug in.
Right.
He
yeah.
was never dug in.
So hey, but we're gonna see how this goes. I'm not quite sure who's the Raiders' backup is. I know Marcus Mariota was it last season, but he might have a chance. So we know Kyler Murray's contract. He won a brand new contract. He didn't report to OTAs. And
Ah,
how much money are y'all willing to give Kyler Murray at this point of his career? RC, now I'll let you handle this since you 49ers. Go ahead.
Kyler Murray,
How much money are you willing to pay him?
man, he ain't won nothing, man. Listen, I have the same energy for Kyler Murray as I have for Debo Samuels. Like I've seen Debo have one great year. I'm not finna empty the bank on one great year. Football, you have to stack years together. And Kyler Murray has been a pretty good quarterback, but when they need him to get them into the playoffs or they need him to be big in the playoffs, he don't show up. So he has no business getting paid like Patrick Mahomes and all. He's not even in the Joe Burrow conversation. Like he's a good quarterback, but I think he was asking for like 218, something like that.
Yeah,
So
218.
Like he would
So
have to grow 6 inches. He would have to grow 5 inches for me to give him that money.
oh snap! 218 would put him up there, right behind Deshaun Watson.
Oh no.
Cause
Wow.
well, it'll put him it'll put him behind. Cause Deshaun Watson is 5 years 230.
No
That's
way.
what he's asking for. This is what he's asking for.
No way. Hell no.
He is wilding, fam.
So they'll put him behind Watson.
Yeah, he
How
got
many years he's been in the league? 4. He came out with Nick Bosa.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. How in the man? Let's be honest. How do you ask for that amount of money when
You haven't done
you
it.
made the playoff? You made the playoffs 1 year.
and let it egg.
Wow.
And he never led the NFL in the major stat either. I mean, yeah, you had a couple good seasons, but look at the talent that was around you.
So
Look at the
realistically, I give you 5 quarterbacks. You get a choice to pick out of these 5 quarterbacks: Josh Allen, Joe Burrow, Patrick Mahomes, Deshaun Watson, and freaking Kyler Murray.
He's the last pick.
He's
He
my
gonna
last.
be every day of the week.
It's like I won't even consider him.
Really?
I won't even look at his name. I just keep scanning over it. Like, nope, jumping right over him.
Like, I'm taking, okay, I ain't gonna go off the deep end and say I'm taking Justin Herbert over him.
Me too.
I'm taking Russell Wilson over him.
Me too.
I'm taking. Matt Ryan and him is tough. It's tough. I'm taking him. But you see, I'm having to go into the second tier quarterback.
Yeah.
Where is he at?
All right, let me ask y'all this question: who had more passing yards, Jimmy G or Kyler Murray?
Kyler Murray.
Kyler Murray.
Jimmy G.
You got to be kidding me.
yes. Jimmy G had 3,000. Jimmy G had 3,810 yards. Kyler Murray had 3,787 yards.
Man, listen. You know, I'm a Niner fan. That ball wasn't in the air that much. They rounded up some numbers. Ain't no way Jimmy G got more passing yards.
Debo took a 5-yard pass to 80 yards. That's what happened.
Bro, listen, that's yeah, there it is. Help me out. There it is. There it is right there. Thank you for fixing me.
And guess who else had? Hold on, guess who else had more passing yards than Kyler Murray?
You better say Baker.
Y'all probably never get this. Well, I'm gonna just say this: he played for the Patriots.
Oh no.
Matt Jones.
Matt Jones had more passing yards than him too. And Matt Jones, who his boy?
Wow.
Aguilar and the other kid, I can't remember his name. That was nobody's basically. Kendrick Bourne.
Kendrick Bourne.
Yes.
Yep. Wow.
And he asked him for 218.
Wow.
Okay, man.
218. Like, it's like absurd. Like, bro, listen to me. He'd probably be asking for a trade if I was the GM or the owner, because I'd be like, listen, for you to get that money right now, you would have to grow 3 inches. Like, that's his issue right now. Team in the division that he play in, they got all big D linemen, tall guys.
Mm-hmm.
Just for him.
That's right.
And he's like jumping up, looking over the line, trying to figure out where to throw. Jump up again, look over the line, trying to figure out where to throw. He's like jumping up like a dog trying to look over the screen door. That's how he looks playing quarterback at times. Like, you know, he has to stay in shotgun. I'm gonna pay you that amount of money, and I got to keep you in shotgun all the time. Which, I mean, most of the time football play from that.
And that don't work.
From that, everybody's in the shotgun.
It was just Peyton Manning, like the only quarterback,
But,
just like
golly.
shotgun the whole time. But
Would you pay him that if he was the owner?
No, I would laugh.
Would you pay him that if he was a GM or owner?
Face. Like, boy, you can get out of my office.
I would.
Man, what are you talking about? Play this last year. You play it, and then we'll discuss it. You play this. Play this year right here out. Play it out, and then we'll come back and talk about it.
Would it be
Don't come
crazy
off
to
that
it would
218.
would it be crazy to say that he might not be that good without the players that he has around him? Like he might be like Jimmy Garoppolo did that with players that everybody in the National Football League is just not getting to know. Like Debo Samuels came out this year, Brandon Ayuk came out this year. We know what Kittles do, but you mean tell me he did that with those guys? And you had D Hop before he went down, and Christian Kirk, and AJ Green, and you know,
Right.
Rondé Moore, and you didn't throw for more yards than Jimmy freaking Garoppolo. Let me Google this, man.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He can't. I don't know what he asking for, but that's not it. That is not it. I'm sorry. When Matt Jones and Jimmy G throw more passing yards than you.
Somebody would lose millions of dollars if they wouldn't allow to Google that and they had to answer that question straight up.
I thought
And
for sure. I was like, man, there's no way. Jimmy G threw more yards than him.
didn't Kyler make the Pro Bowl?
He probably did, cause so many people drop out of it.
Yeah, it ain't what it used to be.
Yeah, it's not like high prestige anymore. So good luck to you, Kyler. I mean, cause I wouldn't pay you that much money. All right. Which NFL team had a worse off season? We getting closer. Well, some teams already at OTAs, and I know we're getting even closer to training camp. So, out of all the NFL teams, which one had a worse offseason to y'all? I'll let Tyler get the floor.
If we want to count the Texans, of course.
I don't know. The Texans, they need a lot of stuff to get that team right. Even though they made a couple of good moves, but they need a lot to surround David Mills by.
What about the Panthers?
Yes, because they didn't do anything to help out their offense side of the ball. They still rolling with Sam Darnold, even though they took Matt Corral, but he's not even close to being ready. So they didn't help out their situation at all. And they more likely be, but I don't know if the Falcons are better. It all depends on the Panthers keep CMC healthy. But Panthers and Falcons gonna be battling out for the last place in the NFC South.
Hey, your boy Marcus Mariota looking kind of good in camp, man.
Man, I told y'all that boy he can ball when he want to.
Yeah.
He make them Oregon Ducks proud. But in my opinion, the team that had a worse offseason is the New England Patriots.
Mm.
What have they done to help out Matt Jones? They lost key defensive players. They didn't improve the wide receiving core. They did sign the corner Malcolm Butler. They signed Tom Montgomery. They just signed a whole bunch of dudes, a whole bunch of veterans. They didn't do anything with Matt Jones. What big name wide receiver did they go get? They didn't trade for AJ Brown. They ain't go get Jarvis Landry. They not in talks with OBJ. So is Belichick done? Is he just like lost it here? Because they ain't having a good draft.
Yeah, that's looking as if it's the case. You think he's just relying too much on his system and his coaching?
Yes, it's I won't say it's outdated, but it's getting there. It's getting there pretty quick.
Yeah.
Where now teams are looking to build through stars, adding big names, as you saw the Rams do. Teams are looking to pile on and create their juggernaut. It's like it's going away from building a team through the draft and through done by that type of means. Now it's about trading and trying to sign big names to a fully loaded roster. And I just feel like old Belichick just relying on his old system. And he don't have Tom Brady anymore. He don't have them offensive geniuses they used to have on that coaching staff. It's bad news for the Patriots where they made the playoffs. Is now it seemed like they they're going backwards instead of moving forwards.
Let me say my guy real quick, man, because I like Bill. Bill is my guy.
Yeah.
Bill spent a lot of money last year in the offseason. Am I correct? He spent a lot of money. He bought 2 tight ends. He went out and bought a few defensive players. He he kind of put all his money on the defensive side of the ball. He got
Yeah.
Devontae Parker in a trade with the Miami Dolphins, which that guy's been in Oblivia down there playing with Tua in the Temptations.
Mm-hmm.
But Bill got something up his sleeve. It wouldn't surprise me if they came out and they was mollywopping people because when they won the Super Bowls, they didn't have big name players. So, I agree with you. They didn't do much to help Mac Jones, but you really can't help a vanilla wafer. It's just a plain cookie. So it's like, I don't know
But that
if,
plain cookie better add some sprinkles. You
I
got
mean,
the other team are
it,
adding
it
all
ain't
type
nothing
of
without
toppings.
putting in bananas, right? You got, like, if you see a person walking around with a bag of vanilla wafers eating them, they crazy. So, in my mind, he didn't make no big splash because they spent a lot of money the year before. So maybe he was just like, okay, let's see how this works out. Let's
But
see.
you have to admit that draft was weak. What they
Very
did.
much, very much so. But Teddy Bruschi, some of the names they drafted over the years, man, I was like, who in the hell is this guy? And then this guy turns out to be an all pro because of that system that he's in. So I'm like, Tyler, maybe this is a guy who's done it for years. Maybe he's saying, you know, I'm gonna rely on what I've known and my system. So, but at some point that's gonna go against him and work against him. But right now, I just think he's staying true to himself. But I will say this, and I think the Falcons had the worst year, the worst off season.
You didn't like the Drake. You didn't like their draft picks, Drake London and
They
Ryder.
dra- they drafted a great value version of Mike Evans. They went out and got Marcus Mariota, your guy. When you
Yeah.
don't get a chance to see your guy should be a starter for 2 weeks, and when everybody busts his tail, he going back to the bench. Then they think Kyle Pitts is Inspector Gadget, or they think he's this weapon that he can put anywhere.
Tony Gonzalez.
Yeah, they think he can line him up anywhere. And then, I don't know who the backup is. I don't know who the running back is. Ripley's on, being
Yeah, I don't even know who the running back is for the Falcons right now.
like Dante Fowler's
Because I
gone.
think they got rid of Mike Davis. I don't think
Like,
They ain't bring Mike Davis back.
they
Probably
in
Cordell
full,
Patterson.
they in full rebuild mode, but I didn't understand why you didn't go all in on Deshaun Watson, why you didn't go after Jarvis Landry, re-sign Julio Jones, just do some crazy stuff. It's Atlanta. But because they going to be picking number 1 overall, son. Ain't no doubt in my mind that the Atlanta Falcons will have the number 1 pick because they play in a division with the Saints, who got better, and the Bucks are better. The Panthers are going to be better than them. Then they play against the NFC West. That's the Niners, the Rams, So it's gonna get ugly quick. So I think the Falcons, man.
Yeah, I don't disagree with that because the Falcons, they basically gave away their best players. They lost Russell Gage, who was their number 1 receiver, and the Kevin Ridley's done for another year for gambling. So I think they just gonna sit this year out basically and try to rebuild because it gonna take a while for them to be competitive, in my opinion. RC, what's going on with your boy Javon Kinlaw? He goes off on a SI reporter, Grant Cohn. What's up with that, man?
Well, but be honest with you, man. Grant Cohn is a troll, and he goes after the 49ers players. He critiques everybody. He don't. So reporters have a job to do. So he don't
Mm-hmm.
do that. He does that job well, but he also. So let's say I was critiquing Tyler, and I was just like, Tyler was messing up through the week. Instead of me saying Tyler needs to get better at throwing and this, that, and the third, he does it like this. Tyler's trash. His name is not Tyler. His name is Tyler the trash can. And he's just like, and also, if Tyler's a quarterback, he's like, his arm is shot. It's a possibility he has a shoulder injury because the only way anybody throws like that is because they should. Just go research Grant Cohn. You got players that don't play with the 49ers anymore who are talking about this guy because this guy and Javon Kinlaw is a Nigerian country baby. He comes from the same place that Debo Samuels come from. They're not well spoken, just really angry. I was looking at it like, is this real or is this fake? I mean, because why are you mad? I couldn't even understand why he was mad with dude. But and then he had something in his mouth and he was eating and it was spitting everywhere. I was like, man, this
Somebody said beef jerky.
hey. And he was like, keep my name out your mouth. And he talked about the dude being short and how he would it was just went bad, man. I just felt like it's been a rough off season. I should have said the 49ers had the worst off season because drama, man, drama.
So they said he got mad at him because they said he said something about did he have some type of knee injury or something or leg injury?
Yeah, he's been had knee problems since college.
Okay, so he pointed out his knee problem, saying he's not the same. He's not gonna be able to get back to the same level. Then he was like, "This the guy they replaced for the Buckness."
Yeah, DeForest Buckner. Yeah, DeForest Buckner.
Yeah.
Which,
So yeah. So he was like calling him out on all them type of bases.
but the thing about the guy, man, I think, like I said, it's a way to do that job and antagonizing the person. Like he actually went on social media and said, if he would have hit me, I would be rich and I would never have to work again. But since he didn't do that and do this, I guess I got to continue to work. So that let me know you had a motive. You was trying to piss this dude off. He was trying to do exactly what you did. And Javon just fell for it because he's.
So we continue to see this trend of people going after people who have a different opinion of somebody who plays sports. And even though he's a SI writer or reporter or whatever, you see these players are getting ticked off about how these guys are reporting about them. So is there any concern? Should the NFL be concerned about how these players are approaching podcast hosts, social media influencers, reporters? Should that be a red flag they should be looking at going forward?
I don't know if I go that far. I just think a lot of it's kind of hard to say because some of these writers do be wilding. But
Yeah,
then
Tom.
again, like, don't do that. I know you not. You not.
I don't call nobody out their name on this pod.
Nah, I don't know. You said some flagrant stuff about my boy Brian though. But it's like a lot of it. You have to understand, like we always say, you're an athlete, and people are going to come at you. And there's a way to handle it without handling like.
Yeah, they said Kinlaw approached him in practice, and was like not chest to chest with him, but he was in his face.
You can be a man and step to somebody about it and not be, you know what I'm saying? So, cause everybody knows
It's gonna be like that incident, like that receiver had at the airport with that worker.
Exactly, bro.
Like I don't like people stepping that close. Like somebody stuck close. I don't like that. First of all,
I'm saying it's just everybody know you can beat this dude up. What are you trying to prove, man?
I don't know. RC, do you think there's a problem how things are being handled with reporters and social media influencers and podcast hosts and stuff like that?
Well, man, I think these guys are uber sensitive. I know for a fact that Charles Barkley and Michael Jordan and early 2000s LeBron and Tracy McGrady. I don't know why LeBron acts different at times because, bro, you come up in a different era. Like, you just outlasting everybody, but you experienced this before social media because they got a picture of you walking around with a PlayStation 2. So that tells me right there you're in another era as well, experiencing a different level of hatred. So it's not new. It's always been there. It's just these guys are sensitive. Like, case in point, Ben Simmons has allowed people to talk him out of Ben Simmons. Like he's not even himself no more. I don't even know who he is. He's just Ben from Brooklyn. I mean, but it's like I'm disappointed because they act like the fans need to be in check. But this I'm gonna go a little bit a step further. What would we saw what it looked like when the fans are not at the game? Okay, that's what y'all want. Y'all want to go back to like these digital screens where the reporters are behind the digital screen, the fans are behind the digital screen. That what you want? Because what's sports without fans?
Exactly.
So it's a part of it. And when I go on the road and I'm traveling into New Orleans, I experienced it firsthand as a 49er fan going into New Orleans. I was like, this is crazy. Like, these people are literally talking about the Rams while playing the 49ers. Like, I got a guy told me, they always cheat us. They cheating us again. You saw the Rams game, they're cheating us. And I'm like, I'm here for the 49ers game. Like, so it's like this guy wanted to fight. And then one guy was like, how are you a 49er fan living in Mississippi? You're closer to New Orleans. I'm like, we're having this conversation. We're really having this conversation. So these are the people who pay their money to come into games, come to games. They express themselves. They say crazy stuff. But I think, they get paid millions of dollars. Like, man.
I know. Would they want to be up like would they want to end up like the WNBA where they getting paid pennies to a dollar because fans are not showing up? Because that would happen.
These guys were once fans themselves, man.
Yeah.
You don't think these guys were calling people trash at one point in time? Man, he's trash.
They be calling their own teammates trash.
Okay.
So I don't understand what's the difference.
Doc Rivers and Joel Embiid pretty much said Ben Simmons was trash. So you got to play through all that. I know they're human beings, and these fans need to stay in their place and all that great stuff. But we're not living in a perfect world. You got a choice. You can quit. You can kind of go find something else to do. I mean, but how do you police fans who paying their hard-earned money? As long as they ain't putting their hands on nobody, we good.
And the thing is, like, we don't hate the person. We just hate how you playing. That's all. I know some fans they hate the person because of this and that or what they believe in. But no, most reporters they don't hate you. They just hate how you perform on the field.
And this guy's trying to make a name for himself. He's trying to make a name for himself.
Yeah, I heard about that too. So yeah, guys like that who just looking at man, and you gave him what he wanted.
Right.
So congratulations.
Like I called Jimmy Garoppolo egg sucking dog, and I said it around some people, and they was like, "That's mean." I mean, God, that's harsh. Like egg sucking dog. I said, envision it. Close your eyes. Think about a dog sucking an egg. That's how he makes me feel when he do those crazy things. Like his brain is. If you put his brain inside of if you put his brain in a bird's brain, in a bird's body, he will fly. In a bird's head, he will fly backwards. Because, like, what are you thinking? Like, but do I hate Jimmy Garoppolo? Do I want to kill him? Do I want to beat him up? No.
Yeah.
It's all fun.
How you playing? Point blank. It's just like when a coach yell at you and get on you and bench you, he don't hate you. He just hate how you playing. Like he don't still care about you. I mean, it's like you said, these guys are soft.
I think it's the ones that take it too far that ruin it for everybody else.
Yeah, that's true. I do see guys that be calling players, things that you shouldn't say in public. Like, come on, man. Like, why are you going there? So some of these fans will be wilding out, but I feel like as a player, you kind of can tune that out. You don't gotta give all your energy to that because we already know that fan's deranged. He don't even know what he's talking about. So leave that alone. Maybe and sometimes I think as reporters they strike a nerve because they know they suck. They know they playing bad. They know they can't beat these injuries and they keep getting hurt. So it hits a nerve that they know is true, and they just get upset about it. Dustin won't be able to get on tonight, so we're gonna just transition into NBA. That's all the NFL stuff we had for tonight. So the Celtics beat the Heat 93-80. Tyler, what is going on with the Heat?
I think it's like I always been saying. I don't think they have enough scoring, and they really dead in the water now because Jimmy ain't all the way healthy.
They're injured. They are injured. And it's just that's the thing about both of those teams. Both of those teams are injured. They're trying to outlast. Um, I don't know if it's the season being extended the way it is, or I don't know what's going on, or condensed, but I feel like these guys' bodies are breaking down at the wrong time. And right now, it's like the only team that's healthy is Golden State. I feel like they got a chance of really walking away with it because the two teams in the East are banged up so bad. So
Yeah, I don't know. It's really crazy to think about that Golden State would be the healthiest team considering the postseason runs they've been on and the injuries they've dealt with. I guess it's just comes down to being healthy at the right time.
incredible run. Like 2 years ago, they were the ones getting injured. Barely didn't make the playoffs, made the play in and got beat. So, and then knowing that they had to rebuild it and develop their players, and now they back where they supposed to be. They did it the right way. So, I would love to see them win. It would be a great story. But Miami and Boston, if you look at the series that they played before they got to each other, it was physical series. So, they just the Eastern Conference was a little bit more physical than the West. That's I didn't think I would ever say that, but it was this year.
So I know I wanted to ask y'all about, do y'all think Jimmy Butler is a Hall of Famer?
Yes.
Yes. Come on, Tyler. Man, you want to put everybody in this in Hall of Fame.
The league puts everybody in the Hall of Fame, bro. What's wrong with you?
Come on, man.
You don't think so?
You might well gonna throw Draymond in the Hall of Fame.
No, Draymond's no question in the Hall of Fame.
So you saying Draymond's a Hall of Famer?
Easy. First ballot.
RC, please don't tell me you think Draymond's a Hall of Famer too.
Oh, without a
But
shot of a doubt, yeah, he's in Hall of Fame. I mean, yeah, think about this, man. What you saying? You don't like Draymond?
He don't. In my opinion, he want to be robbing. He want to be Rodman so bad.
better than Rodman.
No, he's Draymond. Like his hair has not dyed. He's not.
But I'm saying, like, I don't see it. So you RC, you think Jimmy Butler is a Hall of Famer too?
No.
So you put in Draymond but not Jimmy?
One's a champion.
Think about Draymond accolades, man.
One's a three-time champion.
That's true, but not because of him. Because of Curry and Clay, he did do some things in the playoffs, but Iggy did too. I feel like Iggy was a bigger piece.
Wait a minute. That series in 2016 was turned when Draymond got suspended.
Yeah.
If Draymond don't get suspended, he got LeBron in the chokehold. Like that team was finna go down as one of the best teams to ever play. That record was gonna finish the deal. So Draymond is the key cog to that team. He's the leader. He's the toughness. He's that guy. When you talk about Jimmy Butler, there's more work to do. Like Jimmy is a solid player, but when you look at the Hall of Fame, if you're gonna put Jimmy Butler in the Hall of Fame, why isn't Vince Carter in the Hall of Fame? Why he's not being considered? I know he just retired, but you never hear his name mentioned about being in the Hall of Fame. You know what I'm saying? Like Jermaine O'Neal is a Hall of Famer, but he's not ever gonna go in there because of the brawl. Like Rasheed Wallace is a Hall of Famer. Rasheed Wallace is one of the best power forwards ever played, but you're not going in there.
But Draymond is getting in before Chris Webber.
No, Weber's in.
Oh,
Weber just
Rebel
got
finally
in
got in.
last year.
Last year. Okay.
He's still because Weber. It took Weber how long? It took him a minute, didn't it?
Yeah, it took him a long time.
Draymond getting in first go round.
That's that. That was saying the scales of the NBA Hall of Fame is off balance, man.
Well,
They're gonna make Chris Webber wait that whole time, but then they found let him in. I don't get it. I don't think Jimmy Butler's a Hall of Famer because I feel like he's never the true number one. I feel like it has to be somebody else with him.
Yeah, I'm not mad at that. I think it's either way.
So that's
But
why I think Jimmy.
they'll
And
probably
I'm
put
not.
him in.
Huh? What you say?
The league will probably put him in there.
Yeah. It's just. I think when they start putting all these guys in there, man, it don't hit the
I
same.
think what they do is
Cause no way. Like Jimmy Butler should not be up there with the greats as Kobe and James Worthy and Magic Bird.
Well, I
Like,
think
is he really in their level? D Wade, like even D Wade is below Kobe. Even is Jimmy even in D Wade's level
of
on
course
Jimmy?
there's levels, but I think it's the basketball Hall of Fame too, right? Not just the NBA.
right.
Yeah, so some guys
Oh,
get
but
in
Yao
after.
Ming not in there. If you want to say that,
Really, I mean,
Right. That's tough, but this is the thing.
uh,
Grant Hill is in the Hall of Fame for not just what he did in the NBA, but what he did in college. Okay, so hear me out. I don't think Grant Hill it should be in the NBA's Hall of Fame if they had one just for the NBA
mm-hmm.
because he stayed hurt. It was like he was a journeyman, but when you look at his contribution to basketball, you can't leave him out, which is stupid because we're talking about the NBA,
Yeah,
So I think, like you said, the NBA moves the scale and the goalposts for who they deem as popular, and so if Jimmy finishes, you know, just these last 5 years where he just continue on this trajectory of just getting better and better, like he'll get in because of the numbers, but is he a Hall of Famer in my opinion? No. I mean, I've seen Glenn Robinson. I've seen it's a lot of guys that should go in before him.
mm-hmm.
Like you can't tell me, you know, Mitch Richmond and it's a lot of guys who have numbers who just Rod
Mitch,
Strickland.
Mitch isn't in the Hall of Fame.
I don't think so.
Wow, wow.
That's what I'm saying. It don't make any sense. It just, well, I'll put a poll up and see what everybody think of Draymond, but I'm
No,
pretty sure everybody probably feel the same about Jimmy.
Mitch is in. I'm sorry, Mitch is in.
Okay.
Ben, I can't believe you don't think Draymond is in.
It's just,
It's kind of wild that you don't think he in,
He don't
right?
like him.
I don't. It is annoying,
Okay, but
but I want to say I don't like him. I just don't. I feel
think
like his antics overtake some of his
you
basketball.
think
Like he don't
Rodman?
really have basketball skills. He's more of
what?
a instinct.
You think Rodman you think Rodman better than him or
Yes.
Hall of Famer?
Oh yeah, Robin's 10 times better than him.
You
Most
crazy?
definitely.
Hold
Yeah.
on. Hold on. What, Tyler?
Yeah,
You saying Draymond is way better than Rodman?
he's better than Rodman, bro. Give me Draymond over Dennis Rodman.
Man, listen to me. Pull it,
Tyler, your age is showing.
Tyler, pull that phone close to your ear, bud. Dennis Rodman can guard everybody.
You
There's two
crazy.
Dennis Rodmans. There's the sober Dennis Rodman in Detroit. There's the Dennis Rodman that was on drugs.
Antonio.
He was on drugs. Then there was a Dennis Rodman that was on drugs and alcohol in Chicago. And all of them were hard to deal with. He guarded Magic Johnson, Michael Jordan, Scottie Pippen, Shaquille O'Neal. It didn't matter. And it was just him and them. If you put Draymond Green 1-on-1 against Charles
Malone.
barbecue chicken, you put him against Michael Jordan, he going
Barbecue
by
chicken.
Tyler. You went overboard. You jumped off the ship.
No. I
You
say
got to throw a lightsaber out there for you.
no.
Come on, swim
I
back to
say
the
it because of
boat.
this though. I say it because of this. Rodman, yes, Draymond can't shoot or really score, but he's a playmaker on the offensive end. He can be your primary ball handler.
I
Only
seen
thing,
Rodman make extra passes.
but you haven't seen
Get
him
other
run an
people
offense
ball.
like Draymond does on a championship team. Rodman, yes, he's playing all the defense in the world and rebounding, but I feel like
So Tyler, you tell me you making a game plan for Draymond on
you
the
have
offensive
to.
side of the ball.
You have to. He's a defensive player of the
Listen,
year.
listen to me,
I
man.
say on the offense side of the ball, you making a game plan for him
Oh
on the
no, but
offense side of the ball when you
Listen
no,
to
lose
this,
I'm
the
man.
telling
game.
you, he's pretty much the point guard for the Warriors. Like, and he's really good at it. I feel like
Dennis
he brings more
Rodman.
to the game than Dennis.
Dennis Rodman has 13 games of 30 rebounds. Like, I
You
mean,
know how
yes,
many extra shots that is for Curry?
but listen. Okay, if you take Draymond and you pull him off the Warriors, Draymond is a 90s baby playing in this era. He could play in the 90s because he could run it offense, he can shoot, he can play defense. He can't shoot well, but he shoots well enough. They never asked Dennis Rodman to shoot. They just said play defense and rebound, but he can score. Now watch this now. If you took Dennis Rodman and put him on the Golden State Warriors,
Oh my word!
oh my God, because listen, Draymond don't rebound like that.
No,
Mm-mm.
he don't.
And you can put Dennis Rodman on everybody. He's 6'8", 6'9", and he runs like an alien deer. Like
Yeah.
his legs don't it just he prances.
He's
He
a
don't
smart
even run.
player.
Come on, man.
He's
Like
a really smart player.
In today's basketball, Draymond is guarding almost one through five.
But not
listen,
good,
listen.
not effectively.
In this era of basketball, you, me, and Ben can play defense because
Yeah.
it's like they saying you can have that.
Look
You
at
can
Rudy
have that.
Gobert got the Defensive Player of the Year award back to back.
Like
So what that's telling you?
I really feel like I love Draymond. Draymond is a dog, and he's good, and he's Draymond Green. And I understand why Tyler said that because Draymond is a very, very valuable player. But Draymond can't play for everybody. You put Draymond in Sacramento, you don't hear from him. You put him in Charlotte, you don't hear from him. You got to put him with stars, or he's gonna get lost. Dennis Rodman played on a team that had one Hall of Famer, maybe two. That Detroit Pistons team I think it's Isaiah Thomas and Joe Dumars, maybe the second one. Everybody else,
Mm-hmm.
they were journeyman guys. Then he goes to Michael Jordan and Scottie Pippen, and they ask him, "Hey, we don't need you to do anything. Just show up for practice to rebound." And he does that. He played with Shaq and Kobe. He played with Dennis. He played with David Robinson. Everywhere he went, he put the work in. But I think the thing that scared me the most, that if I had to play against him, he don't have a weakness on defense. Like
I'm old. He don't get tired.
he just tall enough. His wingspan is crazy. He's weird. He's gonna be playing with you. You're gonna be touching you on your butt and talking crazy, and like I mean, he gonna stay up. This man stays up all night partying and he comes in and gets 35 rebounds. Man, come on, man. Draymond stay up all night. He gonna do what he did the other night. Make the ball sit on the backside of the rim.
Oh my goodness, that's funny. Oh, Tyler, I was gonna put a poll up, but you get destroyed on it.
Put a poll up and see what it do.
You already know what he's gonna do. He gonna man, I'll be
It's gonna be
shocked.
closer than you think. It's gonna be closer
Oh,
than you
hold on.
think.
Which poll you want? You want to say Draymond is better? Who's better, Draymond or Rodman? Or you want
Yeah.
to say Draymond's a Hall of Famer? Which one you want?
No, Draymond's definitely a Hall of Famer.
So you want to put Draymond's a Hall of Famer poll up?
No. Everybody knows
Draymond
Draymond
versus
versus
Rodman.
Rodman. Yes. I feel like most people.
You gonna be the only one voting on Draymond.
I'm telling you, people my age really believe this.
And we see why this lost generation.
Oh, whatever.
Oh, Tyler. This is great. First, you lose the food bet twice.
Bro, don't do that because that was on the 7,000.
Don't worry, I'll come collecting when we go when everybody hang out. You pay for much.
Jesus.
You and Dustin got me.
I'm still mad about that, but I'm not lying.
Are you mad about them losing? Or are you mad about them about
I'm
you
mad.
losing to me?
No, I'm mad because who thought they would have got matched up with the Celtics and the 76ers played
I did. I called it.
what RC calling the baby dinosaur? That ain't fair, man.
I called it. You should listen to me, man. Dustin, I'm surprised Dustin haven't learned his lesson out of
Nah,
all the years he known me from since we was in elementary all the way up to high school to now. He still haven't learned yet to listen to me.
you was over there shaking in your boots at first.
No, I
Nah,
wasn't
man.
worried. I was not worried, not one bit. I
Nah.
already knew. And y'all just don't listen, man. But yeah, I put the poll up and we're gonna see how that goes. Warriors are beating the Mavs 69-52. It's like they're trying to shut the door on the Mavericks tonight, which I feel like they will. Not much Luka could do at this point. Like you said, they just need to build a team around them. Did y'all see the report about Rudy Gobert getting traded to the I want to say it was the Mavs or somebody. It was another team. They were talking about him getting traded. Did y'all see that?
Well, I haven't seen it.
Y'all didn't see that?
I haven't seen
What
it.
did you say?
I seen like Rudy Gobert. They was like I guess not trade talks, but there was something out there about him getting traded to the Mavs.
Oh yeah, I've been seeing it.
I would be surprised if DeAndre Ayton ended up there.
Now that's a perfect fit.
Like, I think the Mavericks are dangerous. I mean, they need a big guy in the post because they got shooters and they got the wing player that can handle the ball and get the ball to everybody. But man, I think they're going to be really good because they made it this far with just Luka really. So that's exceptional. That's in this day and age you need two other guys with that guy to compete for a championship, and he's doing it. Luca's very impressive, man. Like he's really
Well,
good.
he's not impressive tonight. He only has 6 points going into the half.
Well, I mean, he's averaging 30 something. I mean, at
Yeah, I
20,
know what I'm saying. Like this is why they losing right now. He have 6 points,
he's
and
ready to go on
Dinwiddie have
vacation.
17 coming off the bench.
He's ready to go on vacation. I mean,
Yeah, he's ready to go. Dustin has entered the chat room. Let me see, can I get him on the speaker board? Hold up. There we go.
Man,
Welcome aboard.
what's up? I don't know what you was talking about. Dustin needs to listen to you. I don't.
Bruh, you haven't learned, like I said, since elementary school, all the way up to listen to me. That's all. I'm just leave it at that.
Listening to you had us running from security guards in the church for stealing Gatorade from the opposing team. That's what
Why
Bro,
you
listening
you
to
gonna
was
you
tell
still
that
in
did.
that
story
church,
on the
bro?
pod?
You was still in that church, bro?
Why would you tell that story on the pod?
Wow.
That's what listening to you got us.
But hey, Dustin, we were talking about Draymond and Rodman, and Tyler said that he'll take Draymond over Rodman.
That it would depend on my team, to be
Oh
honest.
my!
Because I mean, if I just need a hustle, if I just need hustle and defense, I'm taking Rodman every time. But I mean, Draymond. The only thing I think Draymond really does better than Rodman at a decent capacity is make plays. Because I mean, he's not really that good. I mean, he'll make a
You must, man. Y'all
top of
better
the
go
key
watch the
three.
Rodman tape, man.
Rodman was not a playmaker. Rodman was not a point forward.
He
I
knew
mean,
how to make
now
the extra
he
pass. He always knew how to make the extra pass.
Of course, he's gonna make the extra pass. He playing with Michael Jordan, Scottie Pippen, Tony
But
Kukoc, and
Draymond playing
Steve
with
Kerr.
Curry. So you saying Draymond is not doing the same thing what you just said Rodman was doing?
No, because I'd say B.J. Armstrong still for the most part. Well, B.J. and Scotty still mostly started the offense. Whereas a lot of times it's Draymond who will start the offense and set up plays. While with the
Back
Bulls, a
in the
lot of
day,
time it was Pippen and Armstrong.
back in the day, they didn't want point guard scoring. So they know Draymond not gonna score, so of course he start the plays off.
Well, let me chime in. You remember that? Remember this thing I put in the group. I just put it in earlier. It had Team Black, Red, and Gold, and they had this picture of 3 teams. And Team Black was David Robinson, Tim Duncan, Kevin Durant, and at the 2 guards you had D Wade, and then you had Iverson. And then there was a red team. Well, the gold team had Shaq, Magic Johnson, LeBron James, Kobe Bryant, Steph Curry, and then the red team had Michael Jordan, Scottie Pippen, Akeem Olajuwon, Tracy McGrady, and Dennis Rodman. I wonder why. Because you can take Dennis Rodman and put him on Tim Duncan. You can put him on Shaq. You can put him on LeBron James. You can put him on Magic Johnson. You can put him on Kevin Durant. If you put Draymond Green on Kevin Durant and say go for 4 quarters, good night. If you put him on Tim Duncan, if you put him on LeBron, he can't guard LeBron James all game. He's not going to. He's going to be in foul trouble. And he's going to cry the whole time. Like, it's going to be a whole situation. So, I think Draymond is good for this era of basketball because there is nobody like Draymond. Nobody. If he had to play in the era where Robin played, he probably would be he would be like Rasheed Wallace. He would lead the league in technical fouls.
Mm-hmm.
Because he would be frustrated. Like, when I watch him play, he just landed in the right spot, man. Like,
let me interrupt for just a second. I'm sorry.
Okay.
I take Rasheed Wallace every day over Draymond Green. He
Yeah.
Yes, indeed. I agree.
Now I think that'll be a good comparison: Rasheed Wallace and Draymond, not Draymond and Rodman.
Well, he's saying no. They saying which one would you take? You were saying which one would you take, and they said they would take Draymond. It's like preference. Like they want somebody.
Yeah, it's not. It was preference, but we talking about the best player.
Rodman can't get you into no offense. He's bred to do one thing. It's preference. How you like your like Golden State to me would be good with either one. It's just Draymond is just a better fit for Golden State. He is the heart and soul. So it's preference. It's whatever you like.
I just think Rodman's a better player overall than Draymond.
You don't like Draymond, brother.
Nah, yeah, I always think I don't like a player. I'm just saying, I think Rodman is just a better player, man. I just like I don't see it. I don't see Draymond on Rodman level. I don't see it.
He's not, in my opinion, but it's preference. What do you like?
And their preference got them losing to me in mill bet. So that's how their preference goes.
You got lucky. Hey man, listen.
Please tell him RC how he got lucky.
I got to say this. I thought about this the other day. I said I got to tell Ben this. You couldn't do that again if you try. Think about what happened, man. And then they lose in the next round. I was so disappointed.
I predicted this perfectly. On the
no,
team.
you did because you was scared, bro. You was scared.
No, wasn't.
I would.
Didn't you pick Phoenix? No. Didn't you pick Phoenix to go to the final?
No, he talk about our Brooklyn and 76ers bid.
Oh well, you won that one, but I'm pretty sure the beginning of the season, you definitely had Phoenix.
Yeah, I had Phoenix. Yes, I had Phoenix.
So you were wrong. So you not
in that aspect, right. But I was not wrong.
Your whole argument is now invalid. You don't say you want to be wrong.
No. It's not invalid because what happened to Phoenix and Booker getting hurt too.
All you gotta do
it wasn't
nothing to do with it. Because look at what happened to Ben Simmons. He literally spiritually checked out. He's somewhere
Well, we
in.
knew what Ben Simmons was going. I knew Ben Simmons was that.
But,
And I
but
tried telling you,
come on, let me
Dustin
ask you this
and
though.
Tyler. It was 3-1 on that
So,
pod that
so
night.
you actually think Ben Simmons? You actually knew Ben Simmons had mental issues. Like
He
you
was a
just
vegetable. He was
wow,
dumb.
wow.
Wow, did you just call that man a vegetable? Wow.
He was
He
mentally
he
gone.
just said he don't call players out their name, though. He said,
That is funny, man. He called
What?
a
He
whole
was.
vegetable,
He was
man.
gone. He was nowhere. Ben Simmons was not at home. And I knew this.
Wow.
And y'all hyping this up when we
hey,
I'm
that's
trying to
almost
tell
as
you,
bad
it
as calling
stumped me.
somebody a cone, bro. I ain't gonna
No,
lie.
Man, the mental health community gonna kill you, man. I'm just
I'm
saying.
just saying. I'm
That's
just
being
saying
honest.
mentally, he was not there. Because
He
when
called
you
that man
pass,
a vegetable.
because it was that bad. It was to the point where you passing up a dunk on somebody that's 6'3". And
Man,
that's
listen.
when that one play, just like the one play with KD, when Westbrook waved off KD for the last shot, I said that's the end of that relationship right there. Call that one. Never been the same. And when Ben Simmons passed up that wide open dunk on Trae Young, I said, "Oh, that's deep. Oh, it's something really wrong."
I got
Because
I,
it was
I
just
got to
too
confess
wide
to this.
open for him.
I got to
Just too
confess.
wide open.
I was greatly disappointed because I felt like Ben Simmons, and I still do feel like this. The kid is super talented. Like I'm like, bro, this dude. I'm like, it's gonna get better. He gonna be better. He gonna turn out to be one of the best players. And I just he Ben, if you can hear me, Ben, you let me down, brother. like I was wrong. Like who saw this coming? Like literally, my dude had a mental breakdown in the middle. I mean, Kevin Love did the same thing. It's just I don't know if Ben telling the truth.
When you making up stories about your back and having a herniated disc, man, it's deep, man. The well runs deep, and it was just writing on the wall. It's all.
So hey, so
It's
let's
all
make a
to it.
bet right now, me and you.
Okay.
How many games will he play next year?
That's a good one.
See, I don't even know. I don't know his situation with the Nets. I don't know because they say it was like disheartening to the whole organization. So I don't even know how they feel
I I
about him
say
right now.
this. I say this.
So
I
I
don't
can't say, to
know.
be honest.
I don't know because right now, Kyrie may leave, and KD not talking to the head
Yeah,
office.
What?
So we may not see Ben Simmons at all because I think if Kyrie leaves and KD asks for a trade, I don't think Ben Simmons is playing. I think he's sitting out another year.
And I believe Kyrie coming to the West Coast, not LA as in the Lakers, maybe to somewhere to get away from those mandates and those, if
I heard.
anything.
I don't know
I
because if you
well, I heard
listen,
that he got vaccinated. I heard he got vaccinated.
he may have, but man, listening to him on that I Am Athlete podcast, it sounds like he missed LeBron. It sounds like he misses LeBron, but I don't know. And I mean, to me, he may be ready to join up with LeBron again. Maybe, and it's a stretch, but maybe
How?
he because now he knows he'll be the number one guy. If he goes
Well,
to the Lakers, he'll be the number one guy.
but how they wouldn't make that work?
And he loves Kobe Bryant. I can see that. That's a good one. That's a good one. Now
You gotta get rid of Russell Westbrook. You
that's not
still
a
got.
problem. You can just listen. Listen to me, man. Listen. You can put him outside the car and drive off. That's how I feel.
Listen, if Kyrie, let me tell you, if Kyrie wants to go to the Lakers, if he wants to go to the Lakers, Jeannie Buss and LeBron gonna be like, "Look, Russ, man, we gotta give you your walking papers, bro. Man, you a free agent. We'll keep paying you until some other team pick you up.
They're
You
gonna
free to
lure
go
our
home to
dingers.
you free to
Good
go home to
Lord.
that wife and exactly. You free to go home to that wife and kids you care so much about.
Dang.
They're gonna lure
He
our
a family
dingers.
man.
They're gonna
Man,
give him the
I
money
don't
walking
know.
papers.
That'll be a great magic trick if they be able to land Kyrie. While they have Russell Westbrook, I don't know. Because that whole AD issue you got to bring up too.
So you don't think have you not paid attention to the history of the Lakers? Like they actually traded Kwame Brown and a bag of cookies for Paul Gasol. Like
I don't think it's the same organization.
Somebody. This is the crazy part. LeBron James is running the show, and if that's a feeler that actually get put out there, because I think before LeBron retires, he's gonna either play with Steph Curry, Kevin Durant, or Kyrie Irving again. LeBron wants that all time scoring title, and he wants another ring. It's all about legacy with him. Because in 20 years, who's going to argue about Michael Jordan in 20, 30, 40 years? What person? Michael Jordan's going to continue to kind of wash away. He's going to become Bill Walton. He's going to become not Bill Walton, Bill Russell and Wilt Chamberlain to another generation of kids. So LeBron's like, I'm smart enough to know that in 20 years, they're not going to ask how I did it. It's just going to be on the thing that I did it. It's going to be on my plaque and on my wall and on my written stone. So,
and I'm going to make it my mission. I'm making my mission 20 years from now to let people understand what Michael Jordan did.
Look, I don't care if it's 20 years from now, 50 years from now. There will not be that type of blasphemy about Michael Jeffrey Jordan.
I'm going to make it. Going to be my.
Let me tell you.
It will be my main mission in life.
Michael Jordan is always going to be relevant simply for the shoes. Everybody's going to know who Michael Jordan is simply for the shoes.
And I'm going to make sure that on this podcast, I'm probably show Jordan highlights before the show.
But see, I'm a huge Michael Jordan fan, but I'm also realizing that it's like the NBA is trying to rewrite the narrative. Like they want LeBron to be that guy. And you and I both know that Michael Jordan, you can't wash away Black Jesus. It's like this dude is on another level. But it's like, if you look at the way the NBA is like, even with his wanting to play with his son, like this stuff is unheard of. Like this is all trying to squeeze as much out of LeBron as they possibly can until they find somebody to replace LeBron James. Who's going to be the next guy? And so therefore, it's like the longer he plays, the more he becomes, the leader in this and leader in that. It's like longevity means something because that means you're adding to your stat total, your records. You're breaking records. You're making records. So I totally agree. Mike can't be replaced, but LeBron thinks he can. See, LeBron, his PR team has a strategy. They got a plan in place. You can see it. So Kyrie ends up there. They get another ring. Without a shadow of a doubt, they get a ring.
Possibly.
And Kyrie loves Kobe. He would go play in LA in a heartbeat.
I say possibly. I say possibly just because Kyrie has a long injury history as well. And like the only reason, I feel like the biggest reason he's been healthy the last couple of years because he hadn't really, played a full season. But history shows usually, besides that one season where they actually won the championship, Kyrie hadn't had. I mean, I don't think he's played more than 60 games more than 4 times in his career. So he kind of got that same injury history. I wouldn't say as bad as AD, because AD just wake up. If he turned the wrong way in bed,
he just got out of bed wrong. He's hurt.
Bruh, you remember Kyrie came out of college injured? He was injured in college.
Yeah,
he didn't even play that one year.
I think he played 1 or 2 games in college.
5 games?
Wow.
Yeah. Kyrie only played 1 or 2 games in college.
That's crazy. I seen this report that it was like a rumor report, so I don't know if it's true or not, but I thought it was kind of fascinating. They said Russell Westbrook is gonna formally request a trade from the Lakers, and his list of places to go is the Warriors, Bucks, and Heat.
Well, can I talk to him?
None of them teams want him. None of them want him. I'm telling you that right now. They getting a hard no. A hard no. Like Russell had formally requested trade, bro. They've been trying to trade you since January.
The Warriors, Bucks, or Heat. So you saying none of them teams are like definitely. Somebody said, Tyler, You don't think Westbrook would be a good fit for the Warriors? Somebody put fire emojis when they said the Warriors. They said, "Ooh, imagine that lineup."
No,
Man, that'll be like putting diesel gas in a freaking regular car. Like you finna mess up something. Like, man, this get it if anybody out there know Russell Westbrook, he what? You asking for it, requesting a trade, man, they've been trying to trade you since birth. Like, listen, man, you understand, like there's not one team in the National Basketball Association that I feel like he fits on. Not even the Sacramento Kings. He's gonna make that up. He's gonna make everything difficult at this point in his career. And I think the biggest mistake that he made, or that we made, or the voters made, was giving him an MVP playing that style. He think he's great at it. He think that's why he's unwilling to change, because he won an
Westbrook got
MVP.
fired. So let me
He's
ask y'all this.
delusional.
Let me ask y'all this: out of those three teams, which one be a better fit?
The Bucks.
I want to say the Bucks. Cause Giannis play the same way though.
Giannis
Yeah, but
plays the
listen,
same way, but way more. Shoot, Giannis shoot better than Russ.
But I'm saying like he played Giannis attack the rim like Westbrook does. So I don't know. It'll be too much of that going on. You don't
if
need one player doing that. You don't need
And
two
then I
players.
don't think he fit just because like you got,
I'd say the
you
Heat.
know,
the
I
Heat,
mean that the Heat that would be,
that's the worst
he
thing.
wouldn't be a good fit. I'd say
he
I
don't play
guess
defense.
yeah, and the
He'll
Heat play
play.
defense.
He'll be the
Well, at
best fit
least
in
someone
Golden
gotta play
State.
defense. Like, as long as you got someone gotta play defense, you don't need everybody.
Yes, you do. In Miami, you do. They believe in it.
Pat
But
Riley
he
over
want to
there,
fit on the
man.
Warriors. He
Pat
want to fit on
Riley
the
over
other.
there, man.
His best fit
Pat
is the
Riley don't
Warriors.
play those games.
You
His
said the
best
best
fit
fit
is
is
the
the
Warriors.
Warriors.
Yeah,
No.
just because of the shooting and spacing around him, he could attack
Yeah,
the
he can
basket.
get downhill. Yeah, he right. He can get downhill. There's nobody. There's
So you
nobody
saying he
can
can
win.
create space and open. He can create open shots for the guys.
Drive and kick.
But you saw that with the Lakers. He turned the ball over every time he got down the
The
paint.
Lakers don't got
Hell,
no
they turn it
shooting.
Okay,
over.
okay. So who you send down? Because you know Russ don't want to start. Who you send down for Russ?
Key Sweat.
uh, all right. So we look at the Warriors. Who you benching on the Warriors to start Russ?
Who they start lineup?
You got Steph, Clay,
Clay, Draymond.
Draymond, Looney, and
Jordan Poole don't start, dude.
no, he come off the bench.
He come off
Oh,
the
and
bench.
Andrew Wiggins.
I don't know who
Ah,
he is.
Andrew Wiggins.
Wiggins, yeah, you're right. Andrew Wiggins, yeah. So who
Yeah, Andrew Wiggins. Yeah.
Who was averaging 20 points a game in the playoffs.
So,
I
so
can't
who,
bench either one of them.
so who you benching, Tyler? You said the Warriors. So who you benching?
I said he'd be the best fit. If I had to pick, it'd probably be Looney, but you kind of need a big body in there. So
Looney, the tallest person on their team, is
I
6'9".
Yeah,
know.
they can't take him off the court. They can't and put
No,
him a
they can't. That's
guard.
what I'm saying.
The only way it worked though, I say the Warriors if he come off the bench,
Yeah,
the pool.
but but that's still the best fit to me. And those three for
And
me.
Poole gonna lose it.
But
Poole,
they
Poole
won't
gonna
never do
Poole will request the trade so quick.
So I said the Bucks, but I retract that statement because the Bucks, like they take care of the basketball.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
but he
Drew.
would first Giannis would be like, this is not good for me. This do not work. Right. So we don't
This
want
is
Giannis to be
American basketball.
yeah, this is not I like to run and play. I don't want to deal with this. So you don't want to deal with Russ. Just bro, keep him away from my teams is like that. Maybe I don't know. I don't know if he can't play in Dallas. He can't play. I don't know where. I mean, it's like where could he
I,
play right
I
now,
just said the Heat because of they need a score.
bro?
Man, OKC don't even want that man back.
If he go to Miami, he gonna be in fight. He gonna be in a fight in practice because PJ Tucker and Jimmy Butler they're gonna antagonize him. They're gonna rip him and they're gonna make him put the ball and go left because he don't like going left. They're gonna force him to be uncomfortable in practice, man.
They are.
Practice.
Jimmy Butler not gonna play like Jimmy Butler. He's not gonna feed into that delusion like LeBron and AD were. that Russ can. That Russ is a good point guard. Like they
Mm-hmm.
feeding it. The Lakers was feeding that delusion. Jimmy Butler's not gonna feed that delusion.
Yep. You're gonna be like, hey, Russ, hey, trash, high level trash.
He don't call Westbrook.
Like, at some point, I think, and I said this the other day talking to some of my friends. I'm like, man, these are professional athletes. I know they're great at what they do, but you do know there are people out there who got their driver's license who can't drive worth a damn. So there are people in the NBA who can't really play basketball. And with the rule change, I saw two of them with my naked eye. And one of them is James Harden, and the other one is Russell Westbrook. If they can't get to the free throw line, they are
Mm-hmm.
useless.
Yeah,
And that
cause most of Harden points will come from the free throw line when he was creating fouls.
it was an average player after you take away manipulating the referee. And then with Russell, it was all I think after the injury that he had with when Pat Bev undercut him, once he lost his explosiveness, he ain't been the same. He just he played a lot better before that injury. He believes it's like right now he's just playing. I don't. That's not the same Russ I seen earlier. He hadn't always been this bad, y'all. I don't know if y'all realize this. Like
Oh
it's
yeah.
it's progressively gotten worse.
I mean, he ain't always been this bad as far as like missing
The
layups
turnovers
and,
is new
and,
though.
and dunks and missing like the fifth and like knocking down those little 15-footers on the stop
Yeah,
and pop fast break. But as far as like the turnovers, I mean,
the turnovers
he's
are,
always been a big turnover player.
but
He's
not like
always
this.
he's
Like it was
always
just
oh he
horrible
has
passing.
he's averaging no he's always averaged a lot of turnovers. Like he's pretty much averaged the same amount of turnovers each year he's been in the league.
Like
Um,
you're
and
right.
he's been a bad free throw shooter throughout his career. He's been a bad 3-point shooter throughout his career.
Well, he used to have a mid range jump shot. He used to have that.
The only mid range jump shot he had would be like on a fast break, and he'd do that little stop and pop
Off the
on a
glass.
15, off the glass 15-footer. That's the only mid range rush he's really ever had. But like in a set offense that's not in transition, man,
Like
you don't want the ball on the rest. Oh, that's why KD left.
you remember the series against Golden State, and they were up 12 or 10, and they up in the series 3-1, and they about to close out the Warriors, and he's taking 3-point shots, and then Clay gets going. See, he's the same thing, Jimmy Garoppolo. He's an egg sucking dog. Like in the middle, you gotta understand, man.
Comes out in the worst moments.
You're up 10 points. Why are you shooting threes? It's kind of like watching Memphis play. When Memphis are up, they still shooting threes. Why? Like get to the basket, get to the free throw line, and
Slow
just
it
tag the
down.
skill. Yeah, slow it down. Or if you're not gonna slow it down, just get the ball to the basket. Keep putting the onus on the ref to call a foul so you can get to the free throw line. But he is exactly right. He's always been bad. Maybe he's not. Their games haven't always been on TV. Like that's why they didn't beat LeBron and D Wade them in the finals. If you go back and watch that series, it was KD. Like
Mm-hmm.
Westbrook was, I don't even know what his role was, who he was guarding, what he was doing. Like he was, D Wade had him locked down, locked up, or he was self checked.
Pretty much of both. So at this point of his career, I don't know he can make much demands. And like I said, what the Lakers do next is all going to depend on how can they move Westbrook or what they can do with him. Because I feel like they can't really make any moves if they can't get rid of him, and they're gonna be stuck. So we're gonna see this come to off season. Right now the Warriors are just manhandling Dallas. Like RC said, Luka just ready to go on vacation. It's 83-62 in the third quarter with 7 minutes remaining. So like Golden State are advancing to the NBA Finals. All right. Anything else y'all want to bring up for me in the pod?
Who do y'all got between Boston and Golden State?
Tyler flip flop. He went with the Celtics.
I'm going with Golden State in 6.
So y'all saying gonna be Celtics versus Golden State?
Oh, definitely. Miami cooked. They done.
Oh
Miami done.
hey, that's gonna be a good finals. Can't wait to see it. right, guys. We'll be back next week with a hot topic. Prayers out to the families. Prayers up to the families that lost loved ones in the school shooting. It was just a tragic event, and I never thought I'd hear something like that, on the news while I'm at work. So prayers to family and to the community and to the state of Texas. And so next week we're gonna dive into what the NBA means to the gun reform and their involvement with China. So tune in next week to hear a hot topic. All right, guys, we out of here. Thank you guys for tuning in to the show. Like and subscribe to our social media accounts. They will be located in the show notes. Also, we have a merchandise store now. Check it out on podsquadinc.com. Thank you guys for the love and support. We out of here.
You are listening to Voice of the Fans Sportscast, brought to you by none other than the voices of the fans. Discussing football, basketball, news, trending topics. The one-stop shop for all things sports. Voice of the Fans Sportscast. Hosted by none other than Ben Swift Reynolds, Taylor Gatwood, and Tyler Wright. Voice of the Fans Sportscast. Voice of the Fans Sportscast.